help us, Rosalinda. It's good to see you again, my friend. You know, I am Southern, and I feel like I am trapped in a courtesy box everywhere I go. It drives my wife insane because I'm always opening doors for people. I'm always stopping to do those things. But not everybody loves a good door opening.
Right? No, and what I've understood, especially women and in the workplace, usually workplace and social, certain manners, Southern manners like you indicated, are more acceptable in a social setting than they are in the workplace. And for example, we talked earlier about a gentleman opening the door for a woman in the workplace. I've known women who will bark saying, you know, I got it, I get it myself.
Oh, yeah.
To me, who is being more rude in that situation? You know, the gentleman who's just trying to do something kind is just a gesture. It's not, you know, putting you in your place necessarily. So I always say, go ahead, gentlemen, go. I'm not going to stop. Like you say, you know, it's part of who you are. Pulling a chair for someone, opening a door. Continue those gestures, and if someone, say I said to you, you know, barked something at you, you would just say, well, I'm sorry, and then remember this face and never do it for me again.
You're on the list.
I have a question because I'm from the South too, and I always say yes ma'am and yes sir, and people hate that out here, and I have a hard time not doing it. Is it a similar circumstance where I should continue to say it, or is it considered rude on the West Coast?
If you know it bothers someone, just like calling them anything, a nickname, don't do it.
Yeah.
If they've told you.
Right.
But when it's like, oh, it makes me feel old, I want to say, well, you are. You know, I mean, and that's really what it comes down to. But it's really meant as a sign of respect. Now, if you go, yes, ma'am, you know, you're trying to put me down and call me old by it really is in the tone.
Right.
Then I'd say, yeah, stop. But you will eventually. You hang out in California long enough, and you'll probably lose that, unfortunately.
And what's up with people not making eye contact?
You know, people want to blame the phone, and I think there is something to that. We don't make eye contact, and the younger generation who is used to having their head buried are becoming more and more uncomfortable with eye contact. But in our country, eye contact really can give the impression of arrogance, someone who's not interested, maybe even lying, avoiding something. So eye contact is really, really important. And you also get a vibe from that person, especially if you're in conversation. You don't get the entire feeling with the tone and the facial gestures and expressions when someone's head is down here and just going, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to read them at the top of their head. Yeah.
But, and you know, in eye contact also, there have been so many accidents on the streets with people having their phone, their head buried in their phone. In fact, Hawaii just passed a law that you cannot text while crossing the street.
Wow.
And we're considering it here in California.
I like that.
Okay.
That's so interesting.
How can people get in touch with you if they want more information about how to be polite to people?
Oh, RosalindaRandall.com. Very
Where
simple.
I go. That's where I go.
But yes, don't stop saying yes sir and yes ma'am, and keep that Southern charm. Maybe it'll rub off on some of us.
I can't help it because my grandmother back in the South used to smack me upside the head if I didn't do it. I'm like, Grandma, I'm 5. I can't even open the door. So I'm still scared of her coming around the corner if I don't do it.
And you know, please start with please and thank yous. If I can leave everybody with one thing, please and thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Well, please come again and thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see you.